One of my earliest videos on this channel was about Gilles de Rais. However, knowing so little about producing videos at that time, I thought the topic deserved a better representation. So I remade the video, and I hope that you find it informative. If you like this video, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. Gilles de Rais was a French nobleman that gained notoriety in the 15th century as a supporter and commander in Joan of Arc's army during the 100 Years' War. Born in the year 1405, young Gilles lost both parents before the age of 10. He led an ordinary life, marrying a British noblewoman and having a child. He was even hailed a hero in the Battle of Orleans. He served for many years, but he refused to attend the burning of St. John, too afraid that he would be caught and punished as well. He was said to be a very handsome man, whose beard was so jet black it had a blue sheen, hence the nickname of Bluebeard was born. For a time, he even practiced as a member of the clergy on his own estates in robes he designed. The cathedral he built cost him a fortune, but he gladly spent it knowing he had another use in mind for it. He was a man of great wealth, at one point considered the wealthiest in all of Europe, having inherited his parents' estates and much of his wife's estate. He spent money so wildly that eventually the king himself had to declare Gilles as a spendthrift and forbade any other member of the royal court from doing business with him. Whispered about the court and the great halls of France were such horrifying rumors, as the Baron liked to abuse children in some extreme ways that simply could not be imagined by most of us. Rumors of occult practices seemed to follow the Baron de Rais wherever he went. He even placed an ad searching for a magician who could conjure up a demon to do his bidding. He hired 3 different magical practitioners trying to achieve this goal, and by doing so squandered almost all of his inheritance. It was in the year 1422, when he moved to another area of France, that his killing spree went into the triple digits. He was found guilty of 140 deaths, with each and every one of them sodomized either before or after death. He was found out only because he thought himself above punishment and brought out one of his many kidnapped boys in front of an entire dinner party. During said party, he hung and whipped the boy, tortured him, and fondled him while stimulating himself, while his guests stood around in a circle watching. But this act was mild compared to the previous atrocities committed by the Baron. He once kept a young pregnant servant girl captive, and when her baby was born, he snatched it away, split him open, and proceeded to have sexual intercourse with the newborn. Most of his victims died from decapitation, and he would keep the prettiest heads and kiss them often, even inviting others to see them and vote on the prettiest. He would often squat upon the chests of the dying children and masturbate while watching them die, staring them straight in the eyes. Once word of his crimes reached the church, he was quickly found guilty and hanged in the year 1440. Modern-day armchair sleuths try to prove his innocence today, which only perpetuates this cycle of evil. Don't think it's a cycle? Well, consider these facts. The BTK killer, Dennis Rader, would also hang his young victims and masturbate on them as they died. Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, and Edmund Kemper all collected the heads of their victims for pleasure and use. The occult ties are eerily similar to modern-day Pizzagate accusations. Victims of satanic ritual abuse tell of babies being eaten and abused from the moment of birth. Peter Scully made movies performing the exact same atrocities as the Baron. At some point, a rational mind has to wonder how much of this is real and how much is just some kind of macabre fears. Why do so many people report the exact same details? The safest thing to do is to hide your head and focus on butterflies and rainbows, which only allows such things to continue. And so, dear viewers, I leave you with this quote. All that is necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Thank you for watching. For more great content, consider subscribing.